Okay, so decided today's a good day. We're gonna make a little video. It's way smoky in Utah. There's a lot of fires going on, I guess, in California and around other parts of the state. So it is smoky. So first quick impressions, here's the truck I built for my wife. A few things I still need to do. Yes, it's pink. Yes, it's her truck. So she got to make most of the decisions. I've got it legal, got tags, got insurance, so we're gonna go out and drive it around a little bit. She hand stenciled her stuff on the side. I'll kind of run through it as we're going, but yeah, so I'll kind of talk about it as we go for the ride and let you guys see what we've done here. Here's my battery relocation area. A little bit of room. These trucks, if you've owned one, they don't have much space. I haven't done my full AC how I want to. I just charged it with some of the over-the-counter stuff for now. I'm doing a new air dryer and orifice tube and new O-rings through everything. So here's a first look at the interior. Did a universal tilt column to make it work. If you notice, some of the interior is a little bit swapped around. So what I ended up doing was I took the floor pan and firewall out of a Explorer, welded it in, and then I put it all on the Explorer frame. So I have she has a all-wheel drive 5-liter Explorer under this. So I tried to keep things pretty simple. I've got it to where I can just kick that on, have it on its separate thing. AC's kicking on pretty heavy. We'll turn that down so it's not too loud. Got the digital climate control here to where I can, all that's working, making it nice and easy. Pretty good to drive around. The longest trip I've taken it on is about, I don't know, I went to another town that's next to us called Twilla. It's about 12 miles away. I drove through Twilla, went through another town, went out to Interstate 80, I-80, drove back around to come to the house. So I've been probably, longest trip's probably about 40 miles round trip. We take it out about every couple nights, go down and get an ice cream or something. It's been pretty good. So just a quick rundown of the interior. It already had this bezel, all this area, it was all blue originally. I had to kind of make a box to cover the air conditioning. I used the factory air conditioning out of the Explorer. I hid the blower up in the glove box, so I lost a little bit of space there, but it was worth having the AC. I saved the light. They had a spotlight on it from the original owner. Done a bunch of stuff. Hid the microphone up there, got Bluetooth stereo in it, and makes it pretty nice for driving down the road. Other than that, we'll go for a quick little ride. Oh, one thing I do have here. So one thing I've done is I actually saved, let's see if I can figure this out. I saved all the everything on the truck. So the OBD2's down here. Got a little scan tool on it. I can open up the scan tool. It's thinking, it's going. And then I can actually connect it. I can't remember which, I think it's OBD2 links. I'll have to look at which one I did. Yeah, I got that. I'll let that connect while I go for a ride. So I don't have anything to hold the camera, so we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. But ride's pretty good. There's a few things like I haven't really worried about. I got a little bit of list to still complete. I have an electronic a multi-speed wiper motor for it that I haven't put in yet. Unfortunately, in order for all this stuff to work with the miles till empty and all this stuff, I had to keep the Explorer dash gauge up under this dash. So I actually have it mounted up under the dash. There's an anti-slosh module is what they call it, and that's how the computer knows how many miles till empty you have. It counts for when you go around a corner or anything like that. So there's a few things you have to figure out and make work, but this is literally one of the bumpiest streets in our whole city. You can hear there's maybe a few little tings and bounces in the truck, but compared to what it was before, you couldn't drive down this without wearing a mouthpiece. It was pretty bad. Most of that rattling is actually just my water bottle next to me on the seat. There's not a whole lot of rattles in the vehicle itself. I've done boom mat or similar, whatever it's called. I've done the sound editing in it, and then I also did acoustic tiles over the top of them to keep the sound down. I have weather stripping in this door. I've done like a kind of a double bonded, like a 3M weather stripping thing from Home Depot in that door. But I haven't done that side, and I haven't done along the bottom. So there's not it's not like it's all been done. This door, the driver door, you can actually see air through it. There's no weather stripping in the driver door, and it's still very quiet and very easy to hear. You can have a good conversation. So it's pretty nice. Just thought I'd get a little bit of video of us driving around so you can kind of see how it rides. Like I said, this stinking road, I don't know what the city's doing with it, but they said in 2022 it should be fixed, so we'll see how it goes. A lot of tie-ins, they've cut a lot of laterals across it, running water lines. It's pretty interesting. Okay, I'll check in when I get on a better road. Okay, I got off the bumpy section of town and just kind of letting you see how it goes. Like I said, I've been using the digital gauges if I go out a long ways, just so I know the speed and everything. That OBD2 link is pretty neat. You can actually scan your codes and do anything you need to with it. It makes it very nice. It's just kind of cool because I haven't had to worry about connecting this electric transmission to a manual speedo here, which they have kits for it and stuff like that you can do, but that OBD2 link, I can just monitor everything. So why you're trying to reinvent the wheel? So anyway, nice and cold in here. The AC's blowing nice and good. I got 3 ports. I've made these little brackets to hold the housings. Just bought the housings off of eBay and did it that way. Works out pretty good. I'll get with you when I get back to the house, and we'll put it up on the lift and check out underneath. I just pulled over to make it a little bit safer to show you guys, but I connected to the tablet and it will show you stuff like RPMs going up. It'll read the engine temp. You can change this dashboard. You can actually change this to different ways of looking at it depending on how you want it. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to get out on a little bit faster of a road and do some recording. I forgot to say I saved the cruise control and the controls for the steering wheel. I'm able to change the temperature and change the fan speed and things all from here, which is kind of funny because I could just reach up and do it here easier. So that part doesn't help much, but it is nice having cruise control. So I'm going to head out to another road and get some little bit faster driving with the cruise control running and let you hear how it kind of runs with that. So here we are cruising down Main Street. Like I said, 40 miles an hour, no foot on the pedal, just have cruise control running. It's been pretty nice, can adjust it up and down. You can hear a little bit of wind now coming in through there just because, like I said, no weather stripping, but still overall probably as quiet as almost any vehicle I have, so it's not too bad. I think once I get that figured out, it'll be even better. Like I said, the electric wiper motor, I want to get that done. But overall, like turn signals, brake lights, marker lights, all that stuff works great. I got a high and low beam switch down on the ground like it should be. Things are good, so I'll check in when I get going a little bit faster. Okay, quite a bit louder with that wind, but you know, so going 70 miles an hour, ride's just fine down, hands off the wheel, just go straight down the road. So pretty nice ride. I haven't changed anything, haven't added shocks, haven't done anything. change springs, anything, just runs. So I'll check in when we get home. Okay, just almost back home. Gonna pull it up on the lift and give you guys a little bit of rundown on what we did. I'll show you kind of how I got it all figured out, what I had to do. Okay, so it looks like a few people came home since we left. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's not gonna work. I've got tool, I got all sorts. Oh, I forgot. I got the Galaxy on the lift, so I gotta get that out of the way. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Oh, we had someone jump in when I got home. Come on, bud. Come on. Come on. Anyway, he thinks he's a shop dog, but he doesn't know anything. He's a pain in the butt. Come on. Well, I wasn't going to do this on this video, but we're already here. Come on, get in. Stay. Figured sneak peek on the next project. See if I still got enough battery to run it. This is a 64 Galaxy that I put onto a 03 Vic frame. Kept all the firewall and some of the floor pan like I did on the Explorer. Kind of show what similar to what I've done. But anyway, get over, get over. Get over it. Come on. Slide over. Slide over. This is just a makeshift steering wheel bracket so we could drive it around. Oh, come on. There we go. Get this one parked. Get it out of the way, and then we can get the truck in. Kind of a little thing I've been doing lately on my builds. Just everything seems to be frame swap and go modern drivetrain and have the amenities make it pretty nice compared to driving. This one felt pretty peppy when I took it out for a ride, but it would with no front and no doors and no glass and no trunk. So anyway, okay bud, get in, let's go. Yeah, there you go. Come on. Come on. Gonna bring the truck in. Okay, sorry about that. It took me a bit. I guess for you guys it didn't seem that long, but I haven't put it on this lift since I added the running boards in. So trying to get the spacing right and everything was a little bit tricky. My brother-in-law has been using my other lift to do a transmission in this Colorado, and so I needed to go through and figure out what's going on, but I got it up there, so we'll go through it. Looks like we're gonna need a light, so. Oh, I know that's gonna get me in trouble with a lot of people, but yep, I'm okay with LS's being in my shop. I know I'm gonna get a lot of crap from some purists, but I've been around these things my whole life and been a Ford guy through and through, and I've spent a lot of money building FEs, and you build them and you do everything, and you know, if you're not building a show car, you're just building a driver, those LS's are pretty nice, and even the show world, the LS's are doing pretty good in. So anyway, don't hate me for it, just what I'm saying. So just so you know, the Galaxy and the Ford both have Fords in them, so don't be whining. So underneath side kind of shows I used the inner fenders off the F1 and trimmed them back so it clear stuff. Got them up around, bolted in. There's a big wire harness that goes in to control the cab of the Explorer. I was able to hide it in there and run it in. Saved all the skid plates and everything off the Explorer. Was able to do all that. The radiator AC's all stock, just set in exactly how it, I mean, this is basically just pulled right off the Explorer. So the reason why you want to use an Explorer frame is because you can weld on the brackets so you can use your running boards. The Explorer frame starts out wide and comes back narrow, so you can get those running boards on there. Works out pretty good. You got to make them fit a little bit. But yeah, underneath there's just all Explorer. I'm trying to see if I can find out. So right here is where the back side here, the light's shown on, is F1 body. I had to make a piece that went up to the Explorer floorboard. So I ran that floorboard of the Explorer and the F1. I actually left a 2-inch seam all the way along, and that's fully welded on both sides, and then has the seam filler on it. Then I just bed lined the whole underneath of this whole chassis, just so as far as the body goes, so you can kind of see the welds there. Let me see if I can zoom that light out a little bit. Yeah, I just seam welded, overlapped. So all original mounting locations for the F1 body. I did do some fender trimming up front, and I don't tell people that because if you don't tell them, they don't even know. But a lot of people can't even see it unless you tell them. I did have to section out the flatbed. I did a dado cut with my skill saw. The tires were a little bit wide, made some rubbish, so I had to fix that up. Like I said, I still have a few things, bumpers, things like that, but I got the fill neck hid right there in the gas tank. It fills just fine. Still have a full-size spare on it. I'll probably end up dropping that down, getting one that matches more the diameter. Where it's all-wheel drive, you have to have the same diameter on all 4 corners. So it took me a while to figure out the tire combo. My brother was nice enough he gave me these smoothies that I ended up having to run adapters on. I had to go from a 5x4.5 to 5x, I want to say 4.75 was the smoothie size he had. So yeah, I had to go from the 5x4.5 up. So it worked out. So they are running spacers. I got a 1-inch spacer on all corners to make it work. Talking about the trimming, from the outside you can kind of see it does flare down different. There is a little bit of shape right here I want to take out, but you can see you lose that lip on that fender to make it clear, but it clears nice now and not a big deal. Works out pretty good. Yeah, that's kind of the bottom side of it. Don't really know what else to show you. Like I said, it's all-wheel drive, full-time all-wheel drive, no shifting, you just automatic and go. So I'll drop it and then we'll look up in the engine compartment. But I did do some stuff. People aren't gonna, it's not a show car. I mean, like I said, it's just a daily driver. My wife can drive it to go get groceries. It's her car. I didn't fix, I didn't go through the doors and fix every little thing on them. I got some rust here and there. And honestly, it was a cream color. And we actually want it to shine through. So some of these areas that have been rubbed on a little bit, the cream's coming through the pink. And it is kind of the style she likes. So it's good for her and it keeps me able to work on my other projects. And she's happy because she has hers done. So let me drop it down and we'll check it out. Okay, it fits. If you can see that, it's all there. So few things that are really tricky to do. What did I do with the light? So anyway, roughly from the front of your engine compartment to, the back of your engine compartment up to the front here, you're going to lose roughly 8 inches of width. So where that gets tricky is things like this air box. So in order to make that work, I had to take off the fan portion of it, build this little contraption, and as you can tell, I haven't even painted it up or done anything, because eventually I'm going to change this dryer out and I'll put new O-rings in the whole system and do it. I basically made a stand on the inside which blows air into this tube. The tube then blows it down in, goes across your coils, which goes back into the cab. So without that, you don't got any air. So looking back at it, I probably should have just done the vintage air under dash and made it adapt to this compressor. But, it was kind of a challenge. I've tried to figure out some hood hinges. I even welded on some nubs off the Explorer when I gutted it out, thinking I could run the struts, and it was a fail. It wouldn't even let them close hardly at all. So anyway, not a whole lot of room, but it does work. I had to move that fuse box up on top, had to bend the lines just slightly to get this ABS controller to move, to fit in there. But as far as the stock locations, I mean, that radiator's in the exact same bolt holes that it was on the Explorer, so nothing's really changed. Up front here, if I did get crazy someday and decide to turbo or something, there is a little bit of room in the front and up in those fenders, so where I might be able to hide some turbo someday. But in all reality, if I was going to do something like that, I'd probably, I don't know, I'd probably build like a 408 stroker or something, do a Windsor block, put a stroker in it. But honestly, it's just a runaround truck. It's not going to be a racer, and it's just reliable. Oh, our first victim got a butterfly on our trip. So has all the amenities of the new trucks. Like I said, I boom mat, I did Dynamat, whatever, generic stuff. The whole hood, the whole cab, the whole floor. And then I did sound foam everywhere behind here, like the recording studio foam, like the egg stuff. So yeah, it's getting there, just not quite there. So anyway, I'll keep you guys up to date on some builds. I want to do another one that's kind of a cost breakdown of what it was to do. I'm making some seals. My buddy has some stainless steel that we're going to make some nice door seals that come along here. But you know, like all this stuff, the power still works, still has heated seats, lumbar support, and so kind of just nice to run it the way it is. I did keep this in here. I actually filled it full of expanding foam to keep the noise out, and just ran the tank so it didn't have to patch the hole up. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. I'm excited to get that. Oh, you probably see the air filter. I was modifying. I did go for a ride without the air filter on, but I don't think I dusted any rings or anything. It's pretty mellow on it. I've actually flipped this 180 over to here and have a little cold air cone I'm putting on it and trying to get some air from somewhere else. But I did that the other day. I did the wires, and so I just flipped it. So okay, well, thanks for checking in. I'll keep you posted. The big secret is the Galaxy's cool, this is cool, but I have a really nice project I'm going to announce in a little bit and do a video on, so hopefully I can get it done.